They never feature in any game. Now you have a man like, is it Richard Lamptey of Kotoko? Such a brilliant footballer, hard-working footballer, who has been called who has been called to come, and the coach foolishly refused to feature him. Because that's the only way you can test the local boy and see whether he's good. And I can assure you, if that boy had taken part of the match yesterday, he would have been outstanding. That's why I say we have problems. And the problems are problems that can only be solved by government focusing very seriously on sports in this country. At the moment, it seems we have lost everything. Boxing, we are nowhere. Athletics, we are nowhere. Football, the main passion of the nation, we are nowhere. It's not a question believing that his presence will do much for the Black Stars. The boy is an intelligent footballer. I've watched his game several times. In fact, many times people get even amazed that I am a big that look, I am very objective in life. You follow me? That boy, if he can get a good trainer, will go far. And this is the time. Now, if the coach were a bit wise, he would have tested him for even 15 minutes and see. But I didn't feature him at all. Because if you
promise. Say the video, I don't know. Promise 102.7. Yaboabo ansema no foforo ayde eba dwumade ne din highway sports. Ya be so yesu no nsia na no nsia kase bo na atoa so ewo promise 102.7. Ka kire wonua se ahyase highway sports ya te e de asikwan so ntu onkan ho na ye nyina na yemfa dwumade no enhyehyɛ so kopim se no nsia ebebo a ye be so so ene ensem bebre ene yaboabo no ede eba eti program na ese yokan ho ewo Facebook search for a promise radio ewo Facebook ebiema wo like no share afodo comment ka ho a ye be kan ni nyina awie ewo dwumade so e de ma sa so e na betina search for your passports on Facebook also no obetimi de wonsem nyina fa ho awie ye be kan e de ama abadwafo ni nyina ofia ene me no mo be kan bom na fei yetimi edi dwuma na ye be call line so ye be didi nkomo ene yensem ne dodo na e be fa eye Black Stars of Ghana. African Cup of Nations ya ye de anim guase ene be piem e wo ye omem ha enura na Black Stars players no dodo na no etina avoa mu e be piem mo kutoka wie nhye ngira se de em se ba bi obi ade na ni be che bia no odnani a kire Black Stars ba ye busa se de na ese ye ema ye Black Stars no etimi eyeye ntine mene abedwafo be ka bomni atwetwe ho enkomo ensesan ye bai ena ese ye ewo Black Stars team mu a ebetimi aboa ama Black Stars no etimi etumpon na ensesan ne bi no ena the Ghana Football Association ena wie ya omudi atudwa se omoyi nipa makomakonum amatu omudi the search committee say GFA appoints a 5-member search committee for Black Stars coach omoyi nipa num so omonkotena se na omomomodin enye adwuma so mbetimi ayi coach foforo e de ama Black Stars na nyoma hodo a efeni so omuhia na nyina no omo e de ato the search committee nanim owura and din e de eye Mark Ado ono oye vice president e de ma the Ghana Football Association ono e na be chair eye sa committee nyono nko a eye legal practitioner and afi law lecturer eye lawyer is Ankuma Esquire ono e na be vice afi director of coaching education of GFA Professor Joseph Kwame Minta Professor Minta ono so ewo hobi Ghana football legend Lord Opokunti ono so eka hobi and afi chief director of Ministry of Youth and Sports owura William Caesar Carter ono eso eye member edema committee we ni nipa makomako numa the GFA ayi omo so mo enhwe no momoa na wotwemiensa eno mo fani omo dwuma no mo enyi coach emfama the Black Stars of Ghana na omo hye ne kama ebeba ne nyina de atodwa first week omo hia free omo second week omo hia and afi third week susu de omo hia de efri omo ho and afi criteria omo de ato so omo de be head coach de ama the Black Stars of Ghana no makomako am say enum eno omo de ato say yenhwe so na yemfanyi coach emfama the Black Stars of Ghana ni nyina no say dem kan yebedi ho nkomo ene awiai ewo Highway Sports Jumadi no so nya no nko former striker edema the Black Stars of Ghana Augustine Ahemfo ono so akasa ede afa Black Stars tournament ekoboy ewo Cote d'Ivoire o se ase ahomaso bi ewo Black Stars team no ho na onim say ye players so say management so hwan but the ohu ene say ahomaso ewo Black Stars team no eno so ho nsem wa ha ene yebedi ho enkomonye no nko a Ajimambedu former player edema the Black Stars of Ghana si team no elake character and confidence eno so ho nsem wa ha bebe moden ni Ajimambedu edi nkomo afi ewura yen club football ma abrante ni dere Albert Yonde oye former player edema crowds of folk enei one ni agent mo se omodo mo nsem kwa akodan FIFA ne nyina ne se House of Folk entry to omuye we nyina ene nsem bebre ene aboabo no ne aide ebebrem ewo ye Highway Sports Jumadi so program no say dem kan no ubetimi do messages aba Promise Radio and say or passports on Facebook or passports on Facebook eho nyina do messages fa ye be kan nyina ede amam ebredo ebebie line na amanfo be che won adwene ewo ye Jumadi so tro number ne to 0536161607 0536161607 and afi 0536178883 0536178883 eho nyina no ochro to eduruwa ebebie na wo so watimi edo wonsem no aba bedwafo no ofia ha bafo wa the danger man wadi kan agenda dwasa so na se Obed echiredin o ha na afi Alhassan Said Zakito ono so ofia team of producers o mta yachi aboabo ansem na no de Ebram de Odano ya Samuel Kemensa Saso na Solomon Kata born again Clementino the darling boy and afi baba Isa omunyina etayachi na wiei yatena se ewo ye Promise 102.7 the Highway Sports the Ebram danger man akwaba
hello source major so
bibia ekoso kama de
nanka koyia na ministry ni decide somebody di Ghana for atem
ministry
ministry of sports minister no and on decide say ewe ombedi di Ghana for atem kadanka yete ba bia yawo ni Ghana for di we mu no eno na nanka yegusu a nanka ya yegusu ye di yawo no ba ministry no decide say on be say di Ghana for atem more minim say who dem statement in a ministry na issue na it is hollow, uninspiring, and insulting to Ghanaians. The statement from the Minister of Sports is hollow, uninspiring, and insulting to Ghanaians. And it's a statement that on behalf of Ghanaians, we are rejecting it flatly. We are rejecting statement, you know. Such statement here, Minister, it is hollow, uninspiring, and insulting to Ghanaians.
But for your statement, go. Me
patrol. Me so me say me babro fo. Same beje. And me for the man.
Na so wa betumi akan.
Me nkai da.
On kan.
Me nkai because the anger in me kai the assembly ba. But the person me can say the statement from the Minister of Sports is hollow, uninspiring, and insulting to Ghanaians. And we will not accept it. We don't accept that statement.
Send mama na omo muti ehwe no munyina hu yenka eya amanfo se program no live on Promise TV live on Promise TV abeti ma hwe wo wiase afa na nyina on your TV nti send mama why hwa so ka send nyina na send mama ana ontimi nyani mienu ade se
oh bet my na say ya na bro so ya abampo de dada you see the minister cannot insult Ghanaians this way. He cannot insult. You see na me here inti me call back but there's a
but the family bed
me the also Obed na tibrofo so na colleague inti but you see say okay kasa ansem we chire Ghana fo a o fan ko ba bia o I insult you see they go see wa ho no enye dey person tie ni o Kabadisa na ministers me to ho. Kabadisa Quebec minister me dissolve Ghana Football Association. Quebec as minister Quebec who say bia I mean do something. Something must happen. Bibi abedru Ghana football. Everyone who say please a certain decision or action being taken to serve as a form of as a punishment. Who say and yet me the way to use but something that will suit the heart the pains of Ghanaians. What I say? Someone can say na enim dada. One enim someone can and some minister make no. One enim dada. Brofun kwa Ghana ha brofun kwa school for mama school na mo Ghana. Una because we be na mo the brofun bata so brofun sa ye be wi do. Na I don't know akoso say. Ka na omo kwati committee coach aye me fa me ho ban. Coach some be dey on be coach.
Ye be ba ho.
Ka me fa mo ba say minister na ka no. I say committee no makote no. Some na waka no. Take your time and read it. What the kind of try who kind so who say who satifu. Aya.
O ba do nya bi.
Oh, what take a screenshot of your phone so.
Okay.
One day one me that you record download cry. So I say, hey.
Me pena ya kan. Me nim baby abafo ka say eye didi atem kra.
Eye didi atem. Eye didi atem. O dear. Me baby. What say? Regrettably, the recent continued poor performance.
Me drew that chapter na me go.
Okay, I mean,
regrettably,
the recent and continuing poor performance of the Black Stars highlight fundamental structure. Systemic deficiencies.
It highlights fundamental structure. Mental structure again. Football structure again.
Systemic deficiencies.
Systemic deficiencies. Football.
There's a deficiency
in our football ecosystem and journey. This is said that despite our unvarying support and considerable investment, leaving no stone unturned, the team has not delivered.
Any committee assemble. Committee, we don't care about committee. We want to talk to this.
No, right. Such
okay, over the Yanko Fuwan and
statement indicate
Yanko can Fuwan.
Not yet. And I the import of us. What did they gonna fight?
Born again for the Ministry of Youth. Almost statement.
No, but I can't stand this.
Yeah, but
it is becoming too much. Oh,
yeah, but say
I don't say it's becoming too much.
Yeah, but say me kwa kan afi na margin abaso. If aban the original ho de ma aban e ba ya gudie.
E ba ya gudie di mu.
The sports ministry. I who say ye football say no.
Our systemic structural deficiencies.
Fundamental structure and systemic deficiencies. That means if free na shase no.
Aya kama.
Problem ho. Your football system no. Tokro de na ofa ni nyina na okabuma emfa ho ne support ai de ama ene resources ai Black Stars yehia comprehensive say yetena se na ye doso nwomam
after we just trust you no nyanko deep
ye doso nwomam na ye hihye ye football ni ye na etimi ne ye nisuade hunu ene nwoma ye pese hu ana ye football ne de breye no etimi ne eko.
You see why the minister must be fired?
Na okay you
see why the minister must be fired?
In the coming days, the ministry in consultation with the national team stakeholders will announce a strategic plan to identify the causes and the roadmap towards the revival of the Black Stars. We recognize the urgent necessity to address the underlying issues and are poised to embrace holistic approach towards rebuilding and reviving our football. And I see a committee.
You see why it is insulting? Because while he was writing, the committee was being formed. Yes, I know man all can know. On train settlement will go for baby being kind. I'm telling you.
Say so mama share
so committee will be usefulness and
oh share on your pa TV that was say on Facebook and so.
Sometimes I don't
hear full statement if I shall say full statement. Okay, young
so
on our TV.
Sometimes I don't regret for not going to school. Because someone go school, no, do my bro too much. Because this is coming from an intellectual learned and a lawmaker. But why?
Striker, do you have to read this statement?
Oh, why not? I'm for her. I'm for tea. No. Oh, yeah, sure.
No, because the first two, no, they just talk about we are out Monday, January 22nd, 2024, stand as a solo.
This minister must be fired immediately because of this statement.
In our football history, as Black Stars exited from the 2023 AFCON competition, Cote d'Ivoire, thereby concluding their journey in the competition. The Ministry of Youth and Sports profoundly shares the disappointment and devastation echoing through the hearts of millions of Ghanaians and followers of Ghana football, both home and abroad, despite the indicators,
despite the indications
that all is not well with our beloved Black Stars. Hope
what?
Persist.
The minister knew that all was not well with her. He said, "I'm not going to before."
Hope persisted upon this fateful Monday. Jibu asem so be me akan dia and you see a can be a chirim near you can be near to us because yes this yes because see a kind there be a month of hey we want to me position so be catch say there were indicators that all is not well
all was not well.
But hope
minister
upon that faithful Monday. Now so say Yakobo tournament no
the minister knew
say and you man go here with the blasters the kind indicators are na say you man start you know say you man
indicators are no na indices no
the bit with yourself sir
okay
name hope into tournament now o dey call you no ah o ma ye ball ka call you no you
$25 million
based on hope.
$25 million. The minister took Ghanaian taxpayers $25 million on the basis of hope to Cote d'Ivoire.
Second paragraph.
To Cote d'Ivoire.
Oh, the strike also kind second now. Because they made tears and say, oh, but so said despite the indicators. Now say despite despite that you say. Now, when who say, and money being now so for $25 million of the taxpayers' money, so the Cote d'Ivoire. This minister is still there.
Has it been confirmed that $25 million?
And they just say, the man of Parliament.
Who was the Kafu for Biao Bana?
And your
that is what is in the public domain.
The report and the number bonten. Me a many opportunity ne Jamal, who is the special assistant to the minister, Edin Komo, and I say enye from the minister. Nyabotre, or say minister nan kasai after the AFCON.
And fiscally saying
Nyabotre na omo egusu boabo omo di release beba bontin. On the stance of the government.
Nobody
Minister Beko Mashebedwem. Na eka Ghana yakobo wo Cote d'Ivoire ani sika ye twa to se de kobo tournament ni nyina. Ba ko kan nyina o ye parliament.
For honorable Okudo to abela kwa. To himself to say onim onyanhu enyamba parliament. Yara anti obi abaka bia jibu daka o ka say last AFCON sa no me say 27 million by we na 2.something million you must spend it then we say at least as a journalist ye nya ye den kese nya botre na ye twen no ko parliament no so be nya
that's a journalist nya botre who is saying this
nobody
now when you figure see the discussion that
nobody has
I am permitted to allowed by the tenets of this profession to speculate, don't I?
Oh, when you speculate on something that
something on what? Until they come and tell us what it is. This is what I'm saying.
No, but you know that
Obi is a spokesperson to the minister. Had the opportunity of talking to a journalist, denying figures that were going round. He refused to give one figure. Let him. We are stupid, or we are daft. Huh? You don't think Ghanaians are daft?
No, because he can't give you because means a young parliament.
We don't care. Other statements I am not talking about parliament. I'm not interested in what he's going to say in parliament. I'm not interested in that. I am not interested in what the minister is going to say in parliament. I don't care about that one.
Mr. Wa, yenina yete enyoma haye. Ghana sika yako
Sanka upon no one kasa Njibo, I believe you know I trust you. So no one kasa and can try say or deny what was going on in the public space and can up your work can accept it. But one worker as me what say be I want special assistant to the minister and one kasa he refused to give me one figure. Are we stupid? Are we stupid? Are we stupid?
I want to work. I don't have any problem.
That is the point I'm making.
What I'm saying is say figure now work what can't tell me say it's not true.
It was a saying. It was a saying. Because are you ready to tell you something true there? As I say, I'm ready to make a figure natural. Other than he should keep quiet until they go to parliament and tell Ghanaians.
Where is still on the $25
million?
You young court statement.
We did the same. We should very carefully. We say I search for a binumu. The last time I talk about 2.5. And you have to be careful. At least hold your own
paragraph for the statement. The sports ministry is telling Ghanaians that there were indicators that all is not well with the Black Stars. Yes, there were indicators that all is not well with the Black Stars. But again, some factors so. But hope. So according to the sports ministry, we played this tournament using hope. But to one person ni say tournament na ye kone and your man died said all is no war with the Black Stars. Nemom na omo di GDA na ashem say yemfa nko tournament. That is what the sports ministry is telling us at this particular point in the statement. Jibo asem no modu.
Meet you.
Asem no modu papa.
Meet you.
So penyina ye de wasi ade ano. Tournament na wo kono. Mutimi kasa convince o man penyini mo ni players be ye dinner. Ebra na munim pefe say all is not war. So the first question will be say ebra munya the indicators that all is not war with the Black Stars. Then omo ye to fix it. Before you
Good question. Good question.
If you are telling Ghanaians that all was not well and there were indicators, on say our time here, so we were surprised.
Yes.
But in their statement, they are trying to tell Ghanaians they expected these disappointments
because they saw it coming.
Nemom na oya de ayes o ba wabon o ko tro exam for him say akola no onya de ba the GDA techire ahede nyame beye. That is what the sports ministry is saying at this point in their statement. And I was reading the statement mechanic before say they two screens. At no point did they accept that they are part of the problem.
I think I come on. So bad.
Strike. Sports ministry no. E koma ye dinasi oma me asan de oma bam biem ye de omo benne and then me time nyina me new sports ministry no.
Me see committee dey hu hia o. Committee say dey on be fa coach.
Say na ye be pon 6.
And then you go up to 6.
Yes, you go up to 6. Ti nkofo mfrem nkofo nkankyere nkofo say omho asem aba ha na ye bedi asem no pepepe. Now when you go down, regrettably, the recent and continuous okay, before I even move that. No. Over the years, the ministry, especially under the administration of the current government, Massa, somebody should tell the ministry, say, the failure of the Black Stars is start from the government. So they should not come up with any statement at the end of the day, don't make an attempt to take away the poor performance of the government when it comes to management of sports. Because all the catchers say, over the years, the ministry, especially under this administration, now what are you saying? Over the years, the ministry, simple, don't tell us under the current administration. One way or the other, to I am Piama, past government, Nana.
Some don't discussion, don't invest it.
Wholeheartedly supported our national teams. Look at this lie. Black Queens are qualified for World Cup. I'm not qualified for major tournament. I'm salary, I'm winning bonus. Any salaries of national team head coaches in Koi.
As if we don't know.
And what is the ministry trying to tell us with this statement? National team coaches at a point in a under this government, a buy way, our ministry way, more may invest in wholeheartedly have supported the national team for 2 years near the national team head coaches.
We was a blasters.
Oh,
was a blasters.
The blasters in particular. Okay, in particular. I found our single blasters. But they can't ball other national teams. And our cast Yasemu can now blasters.
It's a lie.
I am true.
But others are suffering.
So catch I say, wholeheartedly have supported the blasters. So I can say wholeheartedly, you have supported the blasters. I am okay with you because indeed you've been supporting the blasters anytime they need you. A brave blasters ni here no. What do you want in the wuja? Tell me. Eti minister ebetimi close office no adi omachi akọ Nigeria baby ombeko bi odi akire eti wholeheartedly if you have supported the blasters I'm okay with
Zach mani owi anu aba owi anu aba
wholeheartedly supported and
mani owi na wa yi anu aba
The only thing is that omunyen as
o de be ba mani owi anu aba.
My first question here say is it true say this particular government at a particular point in time not 2 years the national team coach is Kana. Is it true or false? So catch them say wholeheartedly. You have supported somebody. Won't me didn't come fear you. Won't me bisan, won't me didn't come fear you.
But the other areas so my
be my first question. Why you know?
Coach is yes.
Is it true that this administration, this government, there have been countless times and other national teams have bomb matches a winner or winning bonus. I came over months. Is it true? Oh, there be. I came over months. Is it true? And where they describe this as wholeheartedly supporting somebody. Huh? Where they can? Is it true that under this administration, blasters and justice are ebi o man say net me to try the other national teams mo sha na is it true or false
and they maintain
na me catch them blasters Jesse Black Queens for the ball match back no mo Jesse na twetwe twansa so
and they my Black Queens for
yes jibo tu an hu sa de na
and they say yeah fi na djuma
now wholeheartedly one say blasters be sa to omoda so if wholeheartedly supported somebody
one day you have to blame the FA
there be if wholeheartedly what support to be the clothing who take care of it.
Tepuma for next.
Yantia the national team sako pram break up because aduane ni ho. Yantia won't say asem ni da na.
FA juma.
There be on that. So if the ministry is telling us say under this government wholeheartedly must support to other national teams, our national teams it is a lie. I will agree with them if they say they've supported the blasters. But other national teams, we've created a conducive and enabling environment, invested in the development of the team, introducing performance-based reward system. The government recognizes the importance of sports at the grassroots level. Grassroots level. And under 17 coach, what 2 years in Trianaca. What has been the role of this government towards grassroots football? So if you recognize the importance of sports at the grassroots level, and then all African games, all African games. Not camping at this point, he's talking about sports. You are not talking about football, you are talking about sports. This government, at no particular point in time, was support to sports at grassroots level. And when you have football, say sports, what way? You've been around for a very long time. Mame nyoma be num a government no aye to support sports at grassroots level. Now I'll wait. No, I'll wait.
Me too.
That be I'll wait. Ministry in the statement, Tabani analyze it. Why also show me Facebook and other things? You can tell me, say, if this particular government, I will say, why or recognize the importance of sports at the grassroots level, no? Buame. Na mami who the grassroots level investment be num buy way aye and the abwa sports, not football or say sports in this case, and not Russia ho. Another lie. Statement you be we hun trouble 10. I'm telling you. Also, invested and continually to invest significantly in infrastructures and other logistics to nurture and develop young sporting and footballing talent. Jibo nyame hu nipa mobo. Nyame hu nipa mobo.
Nyame dey say dey be hu yam mobo.
Infrastructure investment. I anti kroma no mo so mo ye 10 day. 10 regional day.
O say no ma ye bia.
O ma ye wo he.
Who me hu.
Fe we ma me. Fe solo ma me no fa nyina hini pictures ne bra.
Me hu hu.
Da bi o fa nyina hini pictures ne bra this
year. Recently Nanado dankwa ko bie
Okwa United.
Kofodua de.
Okwa United. In Koko Park na ko zen.
Then wa ban na be.
Nyom na ko kate so. It was a president. Me am couple. As a statement be na dey Europe politics. There's a thin line between sports and politics. But baby, I'm there fan.
By Obed.
Sporting no. Ebia. And the car Astrotef born your ball. Oka sporting. Sporting. It involve every sports. Baby, so don't come and tell me so why Astrotef.
Football. Me say
almost statement. Among football. Among football. Sama. Many problem. But I catch them say what investing in infrastructures and logistics. Logistics burn away to nurture and develop young sporting. Awa he.
Omayibi. Legon. They be all African games.
Anya omayibi.
Yes.
Kind the last time I go for call.
Yes, I bet
you the cassette you.
Bottom there.
Cassette to develop.
And I'm sure say a lot of multi-purpose sports complexes. And I'm sure say ABN use no. Any use to develop it. But I say infrastructure there. I'm not here to do politics. But I think government will omayebi. But how to use it to benefit our sports?
I'll give them credit.
That is where the issue is. By infrastructure
infrastructures for Astrotef and football. But they've not invested in logistics to nurture and develop young sporting talent in this country. Entro. The case will be a nurture develop here. Now the logistics are back to nurture and develop young sporting talent. You are lying. Onye. Among other sporting talents are through their logistics and infrastructures. We move away from football. Those who are listening, the ministry should tell us, say, through our investment, any logistics are all claim or statement is some of the abano. Young sporting talent don't do saying. And it may arise through the attempt to develop a nature talent on my country. In say Yankopon. And chen where you to akunyo. And all African games remember. Then we will see whether we are nurturing and developing young talent in this country. Regrettably, the recent and continual poor performance of the Black Stars highlights fundamental structure and systematic deficiency in our football ecosystem and journey. How can you invest in infrastructure and provide logistics and at the same statement come and tell me, say, there is structure? Also fundamental structural and systematic deficiency. TMA, so nature talent. The first thing I'll be establishing a fundamental structure and systems to aid young talent. So if you are telling me, say, where investment in logistics I been nature develop young talent footballing talent and also can who now we na no ase wo say be catch them say yes our fundamental and systematic deficiency in our football ecosystem engineer and yes answer me no way fato simpie so pa na way na wa catch them say ebu abura and I say
on say back to masema na make can say eba infrastructure menim so my a lot o de yanyina football nko a over the share the number of astroturfs o de me ba nya bote our government we are but any connection with the development of our football. So how do you say what yes. So when you talk about the infrastructure there is there. But how are we used to benefit the development of our football? That is where they
now opinion so cultural say what put to up measures are a nature develop young footballing talent. And just no kind. Yeah. There be o me na me kind. One I kind. And now we also be catch them say yes our fundamental just idea no asasio na asasio and you know how are you nurturing talent, how are you creating an avenue to help develop talent when you are also admitting say your fundamental and structural issues. No kabi chire me we are there case oh me school yi die me boa tete nkwala from asase because when you use the word young talent me boa tete nkwala efri asase e mo bank kakran saa be duru soro me an ma creative way na we akola akra na obefam an kakran wo talent wo mu beba soro wo wi anu asa ka tem se me school yi die your fundamental issues o san nyoma mienu no are you not lying enyo ntoro na wucha because if the moment you admit that there are fundamental issues it means that we don't have an avenue to develop a nurture talent. So what can say your finishing issues are then it means that we have an excellent fundamental or have an excellent base by a finishing enye media too. But what catch them say from the talent point I can say be a talent infitiasio I feel never fraba be a superstar into catch them say what kwan bi ato a talent a eba betimi afa so akoduru soro now we say be catch them say asie na nkasanya then there are systematic deficiency. How can you add these two together, Jibo? And at what point, and at the Ministry of Youth and Sports, I recognize it, say, there was systematic issue. At what point,
somebody can up in 2 minutes, Namen
I'm on way into tsunami. At what point, and Omube who say, your fundamental issues. At what point, and number who said there was systematic deficiency in our football ecosystem. A na Accra Sports Stadium. Yeah, two the abo concert no mu yana. And no mo. A brand national team. Epe baby I preparation wa Ghana. Ah mu nya bi no. Sa time ni no mo say fundamental issues. If you've invested in infrastructure, your national team the last time Black Princesses no more prepare Kumasi Asante Kotoko Stadium. Adakwejache. Infrastructure na way. If your national teams will have to use private facilities to prepare for tournaments, prepare for qualifiers. Now we sabe catch them say in terms of infrastructure you are doing well. Sebi infrastructure papa be na way.
Alasan Said Zakito, Aminti Oswe, Aminti.
I like Umeki an input to be, and it sums up this release. So when you have kind release here, you make some conclusions that will not represent factual.
And the old name.
Say no,
the old kind
and one I'm making. One, take out the first paragraph and come. The second paragraph, despite the indications that all was not well with our beloved Black Stars, hope persisted until that fateful Monday. One, Selbert, before the Black Stars left, told Ghanaians, say, only hope of Black Stars, they will not do well. That means team Mankomo Abrikosana. It is a team that over the years Bafo have sat here and say team we the omunyade obiara nim je Ghana for have said that team now not playing very well. Does that mean say if they qualify for tournament mo nkwana? And that point no. That is what they are explaining. Say it is a general thing that we all know that this team over the years.
Exactly, my say we imagine over the years no. Which means the recent AFCON Yakobo year, the able Nansen Yakuyi film includes the World Cup, the 2019 AFCON, and the 2021 AFCON. 2019 Egypt, 2021 Cameroon. May can't wait because under the MPP government, then 2017, the number of tournaments of Mabo with the senior national team Blasters, I don't know. Okay. Most of them who say Blasters, but you keep on putting a lot of money in the Blasters.
No, because that is your responsibility. Blasters or no? And then based on a unity.
So, Kanye, one was a engine and no fuel. Was there be a metal a year and no? I don't know what you know. And the man and the we should. Nobody says a man call. But what? Nobody says nobody says a man call. Yes, sort of say. But why do you still may assure say Sikaya cost spending will Cameroon no? They are the cost spending will could be more than the cost spending will Cameroon. We keep on increasing the amount of money you spend on blast. Well, also see at the end.
Once you don't fix
no, you see,
I also fix the issues. No,
Jibo, you know, we shouldn't lie to ourselves here. Say the ministry and the face blasters problem. No,
but then I saw a cast who
no, say make no, say me yeah, it will be one any blasters problem.
And it's only the ministry that can fix it.
But you know, say fixing the blasters problem. No. And those who have been given the unity blast shop don't have a blasters problem no. Alongside the Ministry of Youth and Sports. But Casina no pacho. See how many committees some go coach no. And yet 5 no yet ministry back when home. See asem yo. See ya committees ya go coach no. Ministry back when home. Football for 4 enogum. To go and deliberate get a coach. We are no matter Esco. Esco will sit again before they go and meet the Minister of Youth and Sports. No matter questions and say, Coach, when you to appoint. And to go no Ghana by the more like doing the paying.
Then they are not serious.
But more of the as to who coach a blasters because you and ATI. Say Omako Trase. So Omako meetings. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Say you coach him no. Coach Asumesi and if he's oil competent come and coach the blasters. Dear some officer or the best. A B C D. Say a tangible or not tangible. No matter convince it. Say Abaya jail to appoint the coach, then the coach come and fail. How you see this
only data may blame about ministry no. And here the ministry represent the government. Zagito or your driver, and I'm a talker mouse if I hear you, okay. The American from Ohonese obey sales at the Amame, okay. Medical and amount sales in ma. There be our bar or say can't afford tabaum into a sea quay, and yes, I can't intimate in sequaso. Number is canama the amount. A dear channel, but number is canam the amount. Nasa me say me a car owner, Namen Koshadi Cruntia. There be our Baba Kachem can't afford to one. Then I'm not serious. As my way cannot say. Then I'm not serious. Because FNA doesn't put any money in the Blasters. A canning in a ministry near General Bino. And I buy Sika and the Blasters. No. There be a discale room, there be a discale room, there be a discale room. Sikane di room no, ye nya ho benefit, especially. Se be matimemu fo na ni age. Because ye no ne quantify na sika wo ye te ye ka say se ye bo afcon yi ena zaki to be we na blasters agea nobody cares about scared share blasters because eni je na ye benya no o quantify a sika ne ntimi ntua but se di shem na sa de ne ma o se efe ni ntimi ministry de efe ni na ye bibi o mo na hwesoma ntimi to me da bia o mba na me diska na mo mo de akwa edom pe
Dibu.
Sana bezo kachere.
Sana me kachere.
Ene kan do bezo kachere.
The last time coach ya pam ni ya. Ya na Ghana for yourself the FF1 ya bro mo nti. Ya kwa kopie coach. Minyi me hu mfirim. jibo menu wa na nya support aban say ya nko pe coach and dey support go back creating
yes
oba no obogu yin mani ma say obogu yin ma say poto and afi oko eti we the people's coach you find the nation's coach you to need the nation's coach ko yin na jitum say yanko fa na mra oba obogu yin ma say poto enti ano so no omo so kan say we are also fail a year now because football no there jibo you know coaching one thing about coaching there obi bet buy a good club A but go to club B and fail
o share ministry no release o mo de buy here so kind of carefully o ma kra gi atum say a problem in your coaching
no say our problem goes beyond coaching
tie ministry no agi atum say o mo problem in your coaching
our problem goes beyond coaching
ye fan say me no Nezakito you name the current state of Ghana football but based on ministry ni release o mo de aba na no dey ba be kire the current state of Ghana football enti ye busa say unim sa nyoma we nyina then why do we keep on spending and for results omre I won't fix the fundamentals.
You see the spending aspect na be me kakra because bacho enti asembi wasi 280 billion na and you spending on the Black Stars from qualifiers and lifting supporters to World Cup no sa 280 billion uyi mu 50 billion free mu a had these fast supporters equal World Cup in Qatar diakani na no matches you spending in terms of almost air ticket a hotel the home and away basis any fencing plane on fro eti sa spending na me if you be say me ti wase dia ontinkai me ankobo me mo for plane ko bo no me am qualifiers no because this are money that they spend it on air ticket hotel accommodation and this and the other there must so mama
one example mama another example
so we say oh it's not well and then now
ministry say the fundamentals are weak
which
and there is a foundation in ya
what have they done to
so okay we are not saying say me and high hotel my Black Stars players and I mean twa bonus mom me pa choti dem eche ya ko bo World Cup wa wonim say team na ekono enye
fundamentals
because Ghana football na esro ne fom nyina agiegu
sana wo kan
then you went ahead to give individuals $100,000 omuna emo $100,000 no what is their role what benefit any benye from so
erona is these are issues that yenya betra say akondem says how management committee
one of this says
management committee no me why the aban should sit down na efe at the budget abeka chomo say pay these 5 individuals $100,000 as each player is taking $100,000 for appearance fee because minimum the kind of appearance they are going to make at the World Cup that they deserve $100,000 yes ya betra say ya condemn ya bibia but you see so but me as na say the space on Black Stars now like I experience that I must. Yes. Statutory obligation. Yes. But because
baby, I won't say when the state, when the government is performing its statutory obligations, and they should.
Yes.
But when to performing with statutory obligation now, we are not you and you know and no man say.
Now it's all.
Now okay.
If you are telling us that all is not well, the first question will be I say all is not well. Then now as sports ministry. We here to fix it. This is also basis near. At what point who said the ministry have shown any interest, even in the grassroots normal canon, which includes our league, our Division 1, and other things.
I will promise you. Now, your microphone nobody say what tenase. Answer no wait me akasa. Zach. Ejuma mpanyi for o man to akonya. Ti asemi yo, wan to akonya. Yet tenase so a comfortability enema ultimate bo ultimate deliver. Bosumi sumbia still na mutua workers ka but the workers are not delivering. Usu nim say akonya na won to ma wo no e affect wo mo. Then you keep on pumping money into the work. How do you benefit from it?
Adebakwa Jibo ye nya ejatum I say the gap between the government and those doing running football emuwa in terms of collaborating to
emunwa
meba
emunwa
meba obatima
ya ke emunwa o
to collaborate
emunwa we
like hani
aden na yakọ tournament a efe ye budget e de common ministry a ye ntese ntoko asi ende no maji atum etemuna wa na ne
in terms of football grassroots level asma ye kenya grassroots level ye kenya aban do be han so provide infrastructure no but you na said to like football only there ni yen ne nyoma said there ni dey answer you provide
ba ni secretary do mo ne so mutua
no you say ye ka grassroots say me a ye do akosho mu nyan no omo dey han say
omo na dia bo
dabi na say omo na dia bo ana ye di show say ye na ba ye do show mu o ba so
investment no an investment and me so aba why investment no
grassroots so bad is to provide the infrastructure but say you be develop plan nyoma say there so we should ask ourselves say are they providing infrastructure anya bian out of 100% but no 70% say they are
no problem
out of 100% we can give the government about 70% say anya bian infrastructure they are providing now
but we are sikano I need the infrastructure and all those things. No. Number one, is it giving you the entire infrastructure? No. Two, so they are doing I don't do what's really why investment.
So now, so now I think as you know how who the football dynamics no so bad who the football rock the football dynamics
I get you me dey say so we be capture me say who ye investment with football from your heart wholeheartedly. Then I look at our national teams and I see how they are struggling. Other national teams now, I'm struggling to understand investment now.
The
wholeheartedly now. Maybe they don't know. So one can wholeheartedly, and I can as much as I can. Then they want one name so no why? Now they also through a kuma munyina yen tum say a kwambia for so born national teams no ye. Nyina share resource na nye. Yes, you use the national teams na kano. Sika kakra na de ma blasters no. And ka wo that amount of percentage ne kakra and things will turn for them. We see that. Now what to be push on one. I'll ask questions. So what catch them say what create a way to develop talent from the grassroots level. Now who's the talent development in now yes I'm a catch them say fundamentals this are weaker. How can the fundamentals be weak and that the same environment help young talent?
The government I think say and show a lot of anger on the GFE.
No seriousness.
You understand?
I feel no baby no.
No, me no be agene say because the one no. I say about now, obi amoto wani akweso mu nyina pick up me e dey makwa akotwo mochi ma be because how they are managing our football, yes, it has been very, very poor. But in terms of, you see, you can say other national teams, you know, ABS, coaches car. But Moko Camp, I'm going to my qualify Senegal. I'm about 3 matches. I buy a Bohoka or Mu Hotel on better airplane. Be a ban Bohoka. The only other one said they don't pay the national team coaches. But in terms of bonus became by Rano Mokutia. Eti abandoned it. They better side in their own. They are providing infrastructure. Though it's not enough. But Anyabiano, Jibo, is better than none. But GFM as a body now, mandate almost they should make our football do well. No, Omoye.
Okay.
Omoye Yenchendi. Omoye full on air Yenchendi, Yachani. It's all of the things that say abino. Show anger by trying to let the football people understand. Say we can continue investing in football in the national teams once you guys are enriching yourself. Etika yetia ya ni wo gbo dem sikana mu famna mu cheche mu yin fama. But it looks like some people are in bed with the GFA.
Some no.
Because this sports minister, my junior man tell why this minister all of a sudden every Adam Papa so.
I feel now be.
No, assembly there. Jibo, I saw fun baby no baby. But my point is that we can't just rubbish just or release in Kumasa. Okay. But as I'm going to be no correct. But the bishop of Muji for say, as I'm not going to no correct. But most mama ever for no other more, you know.
But I say, Alasan says Akito offer Jima say watching the show live from Bielefeld, Germany. Jibo, my humble appeal to President of Ghana, Nana Addo. Before GFA can appoint a new coach, the Blasters, the government needs to investigate GFA before they can appoint a new coach, because the whole FIFA president was investigated by a Swiss attorney general in 2015. And no, for Jima, or no, and for TV, no, Germany, or no, and a day Abba. Frank Achi or say watching live from Sweet Apple Laundry and Cleaning Services at Ebuakwa in Sunyameye behind Kasaprogoki Yedase. And Nim Solomon or say I'm watching you live from Abu Dhabi. Mr. Kett must resign as FA president. Why committee? I'm a Ghana. But on a more serious note, the sports minister needs to be jailed with Kett. And no, Abanano. Pedro Madina Cruz. More updates from Krobia Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Also there Abanano. A champion George or say Ghana football is sinking under Kett leadership. Only corrupt people will support him. Also there no. Emmanuel Agbulagba. After we went and chopped our money finished, see the useless statement he issued. I even wonder Kett has still not resigned yet. Okay. Honestly, the other Aban Nim Solomon. I want to say why committee rather. What is that sports minister and Kett still doing there? Okay. I'm saying Manuel Yadi can we add that. Akosua Kojo or say the minister is not serious. He's talking about hope. Does hope win match? Which country have hope more than Israel? What is their performance on world of football? And also the no. Virgin chairmen are also heard from Akokere. Okay, Virgin here that say. Akosua Kojo Ediaba or see danger man assemble nyabutre. Sellers or say CB or see danger man is boiling. Okay. We also wine AT best or say watching you live from UAE. Okay, here that say. Adriana Ba Saint Mark. Please tell senior bro Bafo Harry Bafo that I beg him. I need him alive when I come to Ghana. He cannot lose his life because of this curse Ukreku Efe and the Mustafa's Black Stars watching live from Leven University Hospital. Okay. And the one I man Adriana Ba Menyesho say we are. Nana Bafo who I was watching you live in UK. Okay. And also there our day Abba and no Prince Adakwa Nyameche or Zakito will defend everything from this minister. Eric Ejay, I disagree with Obed. Indeed, it's true this government and previous government have supported the Blasters. Okay. Shayuba Tahiru Osijibo and the F4 there. Senior Boateng or say they will tell you the government has built AstroTurfs. Okay. Sellers or says the government has built multi-purpose stadia across the country. Okay. We also why we the and the twice so Kojo being or see when schools games are not linked with football development, the infrastructure alone is not enough. What is the sports policy to use these infrastructures? Okay, good message there.
Propaganda.
Kwaku don't call or say Jibo, can the number of AstroTurfs be compared to Cape Coast Stadium? Even our type of AstroTurf is banned in many countries. We are not modern enough to catch up with the modern game. Okay, also there our day Abba and no. Kojo being the another message Abba. Some mamenka we and manage Kojo being messages on. Mamenka messages we and the message we. Or Sijibo when interco organizers don't pay for the stadium, they can't even use the stadium. Again, those athletes and footballers that compete in all these competitions go waste because the ministry has no policy, plan, and direction in nurturing talents for the nation. Okay, and no, Kojo being there out there, Abba, and no. Senior Boateng so after building all these AstroTurfs, Blaster could not use any of them for the preparation for their preparation for the AFCON. Okay, Shadrach Nketia Ata or says Akito go explain Taya. Eric J or say exactly Jubo, they have failed in how to use it to develop talent. But to say they have not up any infrastructure is unfair to them. Okay, also the no. We so why Nyameba kwa Joe or say where the timelines for notifying the fundamental issues and systematic deficiencies specified in this release. Okay, also a bizarre question. Benedict Ocheyeboa or say the new goals of the proposed regulations are also aimed at preventing clubs from breaching financial codes of contact. Where they say Sami Amanone or the Econo Anambwa. The Man City has no Babeka. John Kofi Asante or Sijibo, please any local news and Ameboa. Okay. You better say me Amawa. Some way Yedika Kadada. Kojo Benso de Yakanda da. Say no one eba Joe Esudi free Frankfurt on say Ore show no. Abbas Akwaba. Bibi aboko there. Okay. I say oh yeah down kaka.
Come am ni Abbas ni say. Oh yeah papa. Also what to cars bibi re go fi. Oba ko school you say je wa down for car na man go school. Car be no ato fi. So also we invest to infrastructure. National teams to prepare for tournament and some go use private facilities. Infrastructure be no.
GFA appoints a 5-member search committee for Black Stars coach. Ghana Football Association. Almost say omo yinipenum. Omo ebetena se afi coach Ediama Black Stars. Omo na watch miensa so omo fampe coach Emma Black Stars. Na empanyifo omo yi omo no de odano Ura Mark Ado. Ono na vice president Edema the Ghana Football Association. Afi lawyer is Ankuma Esquire ono so eka ho na be vice. Members ni bi director of coaching education of GFA Professor Joseph Kwame Minta, Lord Opokunti legend Lord Opokunti ono so eka ho, and William Cesar Carter, Chief Director of Ministry of Youth and Sports. Omomi ansa so be members of the committee. Na we ene enhyehyɛ omodi agu ho criteria I de ba be coach Ediama Black Stars. Almost say the potential head coach should be a proven winner in coaching top men's football national team or club football. Then say don't be so much say coach na ye ba be fa no say wa coaching national teams and as a club football okọ ho no otimi ewini e wo ho te say oyobi a nkuru abon ne ho okọ team ya na say nkuru abon e bon ne ho Didi kind no. The Tosumienu almost say must have a football philosophy that aligns or complements our DNA. Almost say Ghana we football philosophy. It is a fa coach. Say coach no. Ghana said you see dwene efa football ho no. Any kwan ye fa so football ne said ye person ye see boy ball no. Say coach no qualify. Na ebebusa se Ghana ye wo kwan ye fa so bo book bi da ho e kire se de si fa so bo ye football na the atosumiensa must hold the highest football license in the world with over 15 years coaching experience, and they oba eye ewiase ball boma wo ye coach am say coaching license dey na wo so pa pro no okay na pro license no so no ese watimi adi djuma as a coach for 15 years. Yes, yes, I unqualified as Black Stars coach. They are also 9 proven track record in team reconstruction, organization, development of young talent. Ekwan ye be fa so ahye team no, ye be bobo team na no. Na fe kwan ye be fa so atetem kwara ama eye Black Stars no enya so emfa so. Almost say the atwato and I say A5. Or you'll be disciplined or discipline record or your tactician. So share tactics go out to say yes, coach with your tactics. And now also leadership skills. Don't bet me a dinechi and now kwa bet me a lead domini. I won't kote basa any pinchen ni kusembia no beli di team no na odomo akwakodi enkuni na say NSCT 3 weeks no say no be modwuma week edi kan omo say search committee ni best start modwuma first week, no much criteria and scoreboard validation. Second week, no matter scores, or my best friend from maybe a winner 1, winner 2, winner 3. You're winning near Shay. On best shortlisted coaches into more marks, near shortlisted woman. Now for more interview or more. After the chatwo. Third week, there's a search committee no more Mojuma. Or movie or Mojuma. No more report aquacoma esco. Na esco no. Or my recommended at the Amade Ministry of Youth and Sports. Now for third week in the man, official announcement of the next Blasters coach. It's now watching me and son. And now ye baby coach at the Ama Black Stars. Na yatoa ya kwentu for Morocco 2025 and if it qualifies for 2026 World Cup USA, Mexico, Canada. We a committee independent ye you me sisubiem. Mark Ado GF Vice President. Lawyer is Ankuma on the be vice. Mark Ado be president. Afi other members so mo Professor Minta, Lord Opokunti and William Caesar Carter. Omo and ebehwe ayi coach e de Ama Black Stars. So bad, mama sha sem free ho.
Well, statement ka outside the mama me.
I don't be.
All of a sudden me phone.
Sameje mane.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Na ye share that. Well, when you compare this statement, a born for ministry statement and to now all the top ministry need the not to say a rough for no more confused. Statement we announcing guidelines here the next coach of the Blasters the statement
see
the statement of the Ministry of Youth and Sports now Osha also in the coming days the ministry in consultation with the national team stakeholders
which is the FA
will announce a strategic plan to identify the course and roadmap towards revival of the Blasters. And this committee comes up. But this committee is not looking at identifying the course and revival of the Blasters.
We don't select it. I'm so met committee for and then the bishop choir.
Revival committee. We are not committee in your mother, but the cause of the downfall of the coach.
The Copa coach.
And I mean, I maintain you maybe I say.
The Copa coach.
Which academy no boom. I said, oh, your press conference now.
Chibo, every I maintain you maybe I say. But minister now say in the coming days, the ministry in consultation with national team stakeholders will announce a strategic plan to identify the next Blasters coach. Senke sana sewa and come and no my. Banya sana sewa say the course and the roadmap towards the revival of the national team. So if you are telling me that our issue is fundamental and systematic, then the solution is not just the coach. And the solution cannot be one person because we have structural issues. And now what catcher say, oh, but now also strategic planner. You better revival your national team, no. You better revival the Blasters because we need to know the causes of our downfall. Then, because Dr. Bien will call no or Sije Parakono. Odi can be questions. Now, say no more lab. First, near you and Yase, yes, a quadri malaria druno. You see a coil lab never know a shimua. Both malaria parasite positive. Ebua, yet me my own the amount of parasite clear what body no. And no let a draw doctor and saw the man. Ethiopia antibiotics ne other you at the back on. You never to me a hospital, you see in malaria. Your results bebano, you know will be different. Do you know why? Ubia how no. Any dear tennisono was system now 1. The parasite do draw system me 2. Age 3. Ya canning na boom near panu drama. So if you've not conducted your strategic plan to identify the cause, how then do you come in with? Because I said the revival of the Blasters. So can revival of our national teams I met so near Blasters the end kind. But this time we are talking about the revival of the Blasters. But my statement is not say a problem pay your coach. No ma'am, you know welcome more. Ministry no quite different. And if it is so quite different. When you no crepe was I deal with a PR no more.
Simple.
No crepe was I deal with a PR. You know what? You just throw as much as possible. Then turn your mengum. Into Zaki to be Canadian. Obed be Canadian. Abbas be Canadian. Into your 12 gumu as many as you can. Unim sa oni akola ofion.
We will be on each other's throat.
Na say on person akola na be fa ofon. Akola na fa ofon so pe bi foforo de ma akola no. O just ade no to so pe foforo de ma no. Enya sa na ni be ba ofon no so. So to yan dilute to the attention of Ghanaians, you know. And then there will be others that will be discussing the qualities of these personalities. Ya point you almost coach my head. But what I say, there will be others that will go down to look at criteria they set it. Will be discussing, no. Will be discussing penny for no more committee, no so no be discussing factors near the point to coach, no. Will be discussing ministry, dear, no. To many baba monso no. Na brain chum. Na time net chum na ma agenda for topic for near the amamo. And that is what you are doing. So, just a cost 90, a busy for nothing approach. Clearly, see you fix the issue no money. In the coming days, the ministry will never announce any strategic planner. Revival nationality. Now let's come to him. Mark Ado was part of the Blasters Management Committee for this tournament. 10 years. Mark Ado na committee na nko pe coach mbrɛ no ɔda no Blasters Management Committee ne de call tournament we ɛkɔre no na ɛda no wa adwene ho yi ɔna ɛda no the last time Amakado ka committee ho ayɛ kɔfa coach ɛde was Milo. He was part of three wise men na ya appoint you omo de kɔfa Milo by no
na yɛ ɔno na
Randy ɛna Alhaji Sita ɔsɛ say Zida. So Mark Adui. At this point, how do you tell me, say, or what it takes to fix our issues when he's been part of the problem for 3 consecutive times?
Only baby. I say me say ana ne kan den but my menchire wa dey. Efefo we mo no. Here they always try to be smart. Onim. Say my card no MPP ni. Or you're very strong in the MPP government. Nti say empesa aban no ebeba yensi mane de makado abegina ni mu. Nti makado de ono ne aban na ye nti ono ye de makado begina wa he will know how to deal with the government. No maka no mu gina chi na makado na ba beje de amo.
No masa ko fa isan koma so be kan ho.
Eno ano mo wi.
Nti na me say ye how na nkasa no mo nyoma nyi so mo pa no aduru. This should be the last thing. Do you know what you should do? You should appoint an interim coach. Yeah, how say you know. Fact is, yeah, all last year, 3 weeks assembly the pay coach. If your problems near a proven winner, what coach at the top level? Obia oba fit oba complement your football DNA. Meaning we need to even analyze our football DNA and philosophy. Ewe DNA ni etan. Ye ko po obi oba complement. Ne visions align with your DNA no. Ye we are highest coaching license at the top level. With a proven record to reconstruct, organize and develop young talent. Meaning you are trying to tell us that we need a reconstruction. 3 of last one, proving in terms of discipline, in terms of tactics, in terms of leadership skills. Jibo, listen. May the main seminars, other panel members need to talk. We will come back to this problem again in the next 2 years. I'm not a prophet of doom. And yes, obey debia me be man asama make bia na asemo ebuni pa bem no. But there is no diagnosis to know what is really wrong with us. We are just prescribing any answer there baba yitirim.
Okay.
and so we nipa na we yes when him ko unya bi da o ko baby what ya he o te hwe no munya ntena se hu die nti a o te hwe ye o se bia o mpaboa na se ena etro ebia nantie na nkasa na saa potem wo na bia unan na enje fom ebia na ade bi da ho e ma wo te hwe unya abotre nya ni nyina o wasa to aso ko. These things are not necessary. We are doing the right thing at the wrong time. This thing can be done after we know exactly what is wrong with us.
Bafo mamintiwe.
Ibo.
Bafo.
Once ye coach edini die. You be san fafufro. Because the national team will be existed and will be existed for maybe forever until the end of the world comes. And team be also here coach. Nti e be fafufro. E fafufro nipa na be kwakope coach no. Nti say ye put nipa together. E da kwakope coach no so. E no so no enye bibia eye adenwanwa. How we want to appoint our coach. Sometimes it mean nipa back. You say ebia kona kwa head hunting. We am ye me pa so mo the head hunting kan ho. So enye head hunting.
Yeah.
Nti omunye de omun receive CVs.
Yeah, no more go to no interviews.
Elson so. No more interviews. And they how many weeks in the amount?
Now what you mean, sir? 3 weeks.
That is monumental. Unma di Kuruntia. Already, as at Enra, now if you not receiving more than 3,000 CVs. Already, even as at Enra. Now, if you want to sieve the CVs and pick a correct one, almost almost set criteria on the but in your time. Because as I said, so now we are afena obe didn't too send any and I feel why your interviews no, but eno nyina enye the problem. But you see, look at something. The Ghana Football Association is quick in sacking the coach, quick in appointing people who will look for the coach. But 48 hours after Ghana's elimination from the tournament, the Ghana Football Association has failed or refused to at least tell Ghanaians we are sorry. Ghana Football Association, so quick, yenny coach nedi, or my nedi. So quick, yen put a committee together, monko coach, or my ye. But say, be catch the Ghana for say, yen ye with team no sumamo. Ye did team no quiet, no name that's one and it's what you and I say that's what they say. Say, Intimia and your crime, a book could do a chili. No, send ye a pen, Uncle Banessa. Mon fan chain. No more, I couldn't not, yes, Uncle Bim. Na yem nyire ho na yem tutu yem fa no manwa kwam na ema da achi bi no se yakobi man de na ebia yetima kwa bibi de aba no eno de they don't respect Ghanaians can enye the first ness omo ye ene so mbe yi coach adi can you first na mbe ne say kombe kokoti committee se nkope coach you see their line of thought all they are more interested in say because omo na coach pa yetiti se so omo ko China
Argentina
with Argentina. We are qualified so ho. We are. You see, the other day, I purely no man buy the Benesika. Everything about them is about milking the state. These guys that are sitting there, for instance, the vice president of the FA, doesn't something tells him he should recuse himself from this committee? When he was part of the first committee that brought a coach, it was a disaster.
Coach, I be 2 years.
Coach, I be 2 years on your Juma. Oko father didn't break Ghana from obey Jessica Piton.
The attempt with the new Sobolo. I'm going to be area Sobolo Saukroma. Hey,
so so these people. Now must have been with the Sobolo as many Jamilu. Oh, the Sobolo man, me for long time. I'm saying, me never could be a man. What's it? Don't go any. Avance. asɛm na yɛka no asɛm no ɛyɛ asɛm a ɛsɛ sɛ obi etie yɛn a isi dabi a wɔn sɛ bi yɛ kasa hunu bagye mo sɛ bi sɛ woyɛ badwema na woyɛ obi a wode amene no a nyame de ma wɔn da wotim no yɛ adwuma a ɛnsɛm a yɛka nkɛsɛ ka wotie bie ɛbɛyɛ dan na me yɛma ma adwuma ma ntimi anyɛ adeɛ kyɛ ne ɛsa kɔma ma ɛsɛ adwuma korɔ na asɛm nkɔyɛ nti wɔn mu ti committee no doesn't something say tells them something bibi nka bibi nkyerɛ wɔn sɛ wei deɛ but wɔn nim sɛ sɛbi mpɛduasa momfa nkyɛ me mo nim wɔn sɛ momfa wɔn nim sɛ Ghana fo yɛ gyimi
lɔyɛ sankuma ɔmo do bɛyɛ politics free.
But you see, I want to claim on the indulgence of lawyer Isankoma. Lawyer, you are a respected lawyer. With all due respect, lawyer, say thank you to them. Go and do your law and later. Ombegu anumasi o, Isankoma. Ombegu anumasi. Isankoma ombegu anumasi o. Ombe tota chai, ombe magana foye o. Wo horu yebu. Yenya asem emre mu ane afrew no wa kyerɛkyerɛ mu akyerɛ ne yenya yenya agye sɛ papa wote mra me nkoye ma enkura nkasa ntia wo lawyer na wo ma ebeka wo mo esanko ebeka wo ma o ebeka wo ma ebeka wo yire jai for wo bo to bo na bo wo ma sɛ me da ade ne be bia keka kɔ no if you know somebody tell the person say thank you mo fa moduma because you see adeɛ de keka kɔ no adeɛ no asɛyɛ o apratete awie baabi ade no akɔgyina no sɛ woyɛ a respected lawyer like lawyer Isankoma is a man I love because sɛ asɛm ba kurom ha na yɛ mmarasɛm na sɛ es yɛafrɛ no na sɛ wɔbie mu gye kyerɛ wo a yɛmpo illiteracy mpo yɛtumi kama yɛte aseɛ yɛna the only reason why we know Makola and say you know you could do Makola but otimi chiremu judum bia papa mu what hon mo say mnanim ni na akasa no lawyer Isankoma ya paucho ya say ya medi nkoto de paucho ade na mo de mo no menye so lawyer Isankoma ya won kan say hey Mrs. Isankoma yes ka che oku say man mo onye obegu nu kuro nimase Ghana football baby do no respected people like you must not involve yourself in it until we kill it. We need such people, of course, not to waste about that. Jibo, personalities like this we need them, but not under this circumstance. One here, one better feel be one here, on that touching be it is Isankoma me paucho. Catch us all down, I mean, so but I say I'm busy too much. Tino, would you? Next time you don't throw up, Papa Yende. And ocean here because Joe, share would they just look at the ministry statement, just opposite to the statement from the FA. Kabi Beach will say, and yeah, that is my friend Lawyer Isankoma, my good friend. Only that meaning I love him. Nice, handsome man, not like me. But yes, we go here. We never know how fast. Because they don't be here. We don't know. We don't to me sorry. And yes, yes, no. S Ankoma. S. Say S. I say I can almost say Papa no be no can say no. Say, he is highly respected in this country.
Yeah.
Ghana, what a handsome man. Can you put away? What a handsome man with an infectious, Pepsodent colored brushing teeth. Oh, Niseno.
Yeah, but no good tete.
Well, next time we'll be doing pictures and your beautiful smiles like this. Tomo Cantano. Say, where is Ankoma? These guys will destroy you. One guy said, no, something predators on my trapito. Tiwomono Diabono, one baby and form because then can this idea and can you be say to Ghana say ya and can the committee yet. Well, Blanco fellow, one who the sense you need to tell Ghana say we are sorry.
Okay.
Hey, the ministry statement. Mr. Just suppose he's a lawyer. On comment over to the no, say if somebody is really means to do something. I don't know, if you know, a brasso, Yanka Bibino, come on, and you see, unfortunately for us, none are winning because a political season. But what's them say? People who take decisions, no, or we are interested in politics and power.
But I can gather from the political career behind you. Some now can my things be a lawyer or ye. But we've seen intelligent personalities are or men a right with footballer or movie and Obi and Pomediati.
But for
a free anchor.
Yeah.
And then or catch your boy could be and just you
will marry
Alasan say
media lawyer some say lawyer
so feeling no
I be a top notch lawyer Ghana hanomo she say
to the phone
chachonum nana kufa do makuso ampo akutompo chachonum face out esi no na ye hwebo mo anameboa they are becoming the beacon of our law yes say wo say asem si o man mu a na ye mransem a lawyer esankuma be do bi obi amfre no
Alasan Said Zakito.
Jibo.
Meet you.
It is only in Ghana that we reward failure. On mine Pia Ghana Kwana menim say your maya ye rewarding Nkugo. Why are they our failing no? Ghana die. Who failure say I feel why are they pass or failing tis as a boy about so failing near boa so Ghana Kwana is idea no. He Ghana Chroma say why are they wabo home no? Obia no babo abaso. We it is what failure we no. Then authorities will praise you near boba so they will give you promotion for becoming a failure. This man Macado has become a failure. He is a failure. But now we are rewarding the failure. Yeah, but about to say, oh yeah, a failure. Now, Jibo, this man, your call World Cup 2022, he was still the managing committee chairman of the Blasters. Or no, na a naked Mukwatin and she say more $100,000 each. And no Jane Wakudi. And your coin, your career, a work out group nearby fee. Sa papa, the failure, Macado, and the leading the Blasters and they call a Cameroon. You call Cameroon, and you call Ray.
Oh, no, George Macon.
Sorry,
Macado,
work up on the Quavricos. I'm sorry, Avricos. Make Avricos. And I audio Quavricos. And Yako, Anye, we are back again. Now, Tie. Sa committee, I can watch me. This man has sat on 2 committees and only 2 coaches before Milo. They try and poke Roma saying, Safe dear, they are ready, they've gotten their man. They've gotten their man. And a man and be a woman. And obey say be or you be a good Milo Koyano. And this same man, or more consequences, she said, Yemo Otoado Metuaso. And we talk about the Ghana for times and Chroma football Ghana coaching ground pet or no Dortmund any Yan Bruta and to no walk up bring now or the Ghana bedding. I check on no to do or the Ghana bedding or no cockra and to no walk up no or boya Chroma Pons Yabium Ampa or Yana Pine or Sanabago Janokoe. So look at the kind of system that this man has been. Walk up. Wajane 1,000 no dini akwawe ya kwa Africos Afcon o mako jijiske ya anye ya bafie ya ni Mauritania enya Mozambique enya the same points enya bafie onu an ko fa Milo e de ba because he was the chairman o sa committee e de Milo ba no chairman o Raniado was the vice and abako so na member so Macado was the chairman of that committee that Bob Milo after must say after all this failure yeah, reward don't say Uncle Coach from the Blasters. Now, Jibo, if you want to understand how this FA operate, coach the you coach. Who's a blasters no? The only thing is that you do your also junior teams in the year to nurture talent for the main team, but main team at any point in time, the blasters as a young coach. And your coach be a very good coach who understands our your board able to come no. Yes, our coach now, a very good coach. I'll bet me even with this our materials. Because me see even because if anything Abdul sa coach na France ni na ode Comoro share na also wonders wo Afcon ni ode Mauritania Abdul the coach Mauritania coach no Abdul the entia omobo for match we no ese ehu omo a paper yi enka e di papa mo so na ye yankene because you see Abdul no the Comoros Cameroon the Mauritania qualify for round 16 no the first coach na division 4 be France and the Comoros for who say this guy was a small boy but tactically he is good and I'm fan about Comoros or I'm call Afcon or free or Mauritania kofa no or mo elbow wonders Afcon eti enye tambiana de bia an experience and a working experience here and okay okroma say working experience unima de nipo ya yes because unya adwuma for 15 years inti unya for 5 years inti unya for 10 years inti am for adwuma ni akofa a corrupt person just because no system no o match eti you able to create a system first and chronics ni akofa no abese adwuma no eti ya de let me identify our own like Milo. Who made Milo? And Ghana. No experience, baby. But yes, but we saw the potential in him. So betting now, you buy and power. We had tomorrow. 15 years, then no. I don't go compared to Jose Mourinho. 15 years, Jose Mourinho level, and I can't answer it the highest level. Yes, 15 years, Jose Mourinho can't answer it because have you remember only 15 years? Have you any going to watch Afcon? Only 15 years at the highest level. I think say we should set our parameters very well. And then they say, yeah, then they say football. They say they play football. One, even they lie, they need DNA. Papa no buy omo traffic for 400 G's ke di no. Cut and up to now, get any bill no document ni bi. Omo ko traffic for ntro. And omo G's ke ni di ye. Say papa no high friend nkura. Benale pay. Omu ye football DNA.
I saw no FIFA na twa
neka. From the FIFA Go project. Eti one of the gentia FIFA Go project ni yeti assets here because omu ko FIFA ntro. Say omu ko a technical director who is working on football DNA. Eti omu twa neka. And ya omu just kind of this kind of omu ye football DNA. There is no single Ghanaian that have that document of football DNA. Okroma say. Eti by now we should know say a friend is saying our style of football no who could say ni epe but committee here omako for mejibo one Macado fail lecture is ankoma esquire ye ban no say enchechire nsem and dia oya de pa ba football de obi ye nyanyin no so nto de so the mama no question mark kakra o but because of the knowledge on issues what such an adwene e bia o man chance o so ma cheche nsem o football mu ba o ye nyanti de o de question mark no nti mamingo prof uko pampama ade bia che obi a on na da no ye ko ti sisa o masa nyina prof limited man can't see a problem Ghana you see yeah. Prof what's the Ghana's problem
it's coaching
yes yeah. And he's the prof minka no on let you coach ade o pampam so see coach say ma bon ko ma nyina prof minka
omomodem boni suro no menka so ma bon omomodem boni ni suro no
okay do omunya ade no coach say omunya ade no
omomodem boni suro no
omunya ade kra so ha baba say de omunya ade ni ye e coach say omunya ade o kroma say no e nyina every prof minka prof the bia oti pampam ọ̀chọ́ 4-4-2 ọ̀nà wọ́tẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀yìn wọ pivot 1 pivot 2 ẹ̀yìn afọ́àkwà prof minta ẹ̀nà kọ́tẹ̀ afọ́àkwà mú pivot 1 pivot 2 ẹ̀tì prof
on the issue pram certificate of coaching no
on the issue
okay
ẹ̀tì sáà nípa wíwá wọ́n record of failing because he has failed our coaches in Ghana here ọ̀nà kọ́pọ̀ coach from Ghana who again Opoku nti di ọ̀nà ọba akọ̀tọ̀kọ̀ yẹ láti yẹ coach wọ́n dada ọ̀nà ọba j league maa no yẹn na appointing coach na j league no Opoku nti obi nkasa mi sẹ mi bua ọba j league na ọba yẹn coach no wọ ẹfẹ ni sẹyin Didi Dramani ẹna Didi Dramani j league maa no ba yẹ sẹ ọ̀nù wa pẹ́ni diẹ na j league no ẹkẹ kuromasi coach no ẹyẹ disaster Opoku nti akọ fan coach ẹ bá kuromasi ẹdi David Duncan ọmọ pàmò nù káà mu ọmọ firi brekum so ẹ náà dọ̀mà ọ̀hún ọmọ firi dọ̀mà náà ẹ̀ bá ẹni ẹ̀ pam di David Duncan sọ wọn ti aseɛ ade kyi yẹn na Duncan ẹgyina training ground sọ wọn ti aseɛ eti mu ti o Ghana fọ mẹsìlẹ mu asa mi kẹkyẹ mu ntie Opoku nti de sọ ọkọ bẹ coach fama Ghana no ọ̀nù kọtọkọkọ appointing coach it was a disaster such a person yes one nko appointing coach fama Ghana
but akito won't mean take ne experience wabo border why football administrator
okay
Poku chunim say at a point license A and B ni kwa no nti say ofa coach ba ku bi na problem ba ho a untimi samini nyina so ko fa coach na koye na hwan
and the why ni yehu and the why ni yedu ho dance here enti yeso de ba ha etiefo emu se ntwa wonto ye di dance ye pa na kire omo enti dance mi di afọ Poku ntu ni se kotoko ba o je league ba league na je coach na onyo na appointed no beto no onu ade tama dini efuru woro no ko fa no coach ba ye no coach wi empo no onu team no e da na ntoko kuruma se
aba ba
ji ba mi ri no o members ya 5 members yi question mark Opoku nti Prof Minta coaches omonya de vice failure eti realistically ba ko bi para ihu ni asemo yes we go for coach from Blasters we are doomed once again
Abbas akwaba ebiem yentie wai
ye de bia ya ka ejina street sense sa de bia
eno utie board member
odete
ono we sense
no na man for ka che ntie de atore me ba ho
baba for our supporters bi wo
amudo mo na se me de me me Blasters na ma ba no so
is it the Blaster here chance
they say na me go pass no so do ta some de say o kaka body ya de we ya ne be the American say me de wiase de bia American upon some de kaka che say wiase nema mienu ene kudi baabi na se nipa ne so de be control nipa na mwaka na se enya the right ontimi nya the right number bre to me ni sika to me ene sika kudi baabi a na se nipa ne so de be control system no na se enkoyi a mudi na chi a mo bebre papa ansa no otime sikwam
sisubiem
to me ene sika
to me
ene sika se kodi nipa bi nsem na se wode mo fa kwa bi so na kwa no enkoyi a na mpesa mo tene no a
ya na
eden
ti o kan ko sisei
me ka ko sisei se de ne ye direction e football na nam no to me wom ene sika sem wom
ade no so nye ti amane kan ye because of sikani to me hwe
striker ye tuwe ye nyankwala sa me be hu araji 0 oni degree oh no kinveza obekun oko oba kinveza alaji griza oni degree what you say oko industria yakubu oni degree what you say oko sani dendem oni degree what you say oko oba malam kones oni degree etime pese me chese hwe sa tam no a na sa mpanifo we produce players no produce players ema teams ema club ema national teams no from players ya mu produce na football abaye technical ya mu say na the computer
abaye
degree prof and a doctor odukra doctor imiensa
no
ebidie imiensa ebidie mienu ebidie 9 but doctor but professor professor and a degree ba come get PhD as a DI AD as a PH do a bu degree kesiye ye be wie degree ni yehu ni so so etide bia na meka say street sense bo na ye no yen amoye ade na maye no ete say yen mo fa ye say yen ye mu nwan ena kom de yen ena wo ahoden a wo adwena wonim nyansa adwene nyansa say mi ko twaduane abre nwan mi dwan eti ubugo go fa wura odwane nwe ebre kom de no wawe ama dabi eso peduane a odwane die ansa na ade abre na menadi nka se kom de nti wo de aduane bia ma na obedi dabi woni ono ko ya aboa etu ake mi bia na me kase ye tiwe ye philosophy ye ball aye ball and again defend the hrisu no belandia no sam na nima pe bia ball wo ewura de ba say get defender hrisu so head ball a won wo head ball no be say obotofu ma no sam na nim no he bia ball na that ball fire ye me ball sa ye me ball sa so omo mi ensan ye chi anko hwese de ne ball sitie ya ne baby abon no mde ko no a ye boa ye hwie nyiye ye hwie enyiye eti osi esa ku ye chi na omu asabi omti ase na nyame enanyi omu ko no omti ase na omudi ka ye abon omu ko busa omu na omu fa omu so nim die kakra nka ho na omu to kune kura no be light up degree kwa dia abon se ya ne be because ye ko bobo na yen gani ye nim ye mefeld ya number 6 yenim so ball ball 8 yenim so ball 10 yenim so ball number 9 yenim so ball 7 yenim so ball 11 yenim so ball afere ne ko ba ne sai ya Ghana bobo la bu na number 10 ya Ghana 18 na number 9 ya Ghana 18 owo ba dun wa won ti ase en ne ball aye boy se coach so mu o da bia me kam se coach so sa be pele ko bobo maka so matake so mo do be pele amaka so matake boss 11 eti de minimum history sense say uja ba ko wani mu wo so meja ba ko ho one against one
and they friend 1v1
uja ba ko ho meja ba usu uja mu nyina ba usu nyina ba
degree is 1v1
eti edi na wo de wo bola wo de number 10 ye be hu no team ama house ama wo different wo ringa timi ji board mi ja eti me ara eti that team di ba pom so ase wo ko shego because some omo ba chira sa na beye eti kasa ya kasa so mo betia omo betia ye we ball bibi no abu ni beye besu na ne be pe ebi na sesi ye nya ha ba ye ya asphalt etimi di 1 week obeko na poto so ko buru ni awu ngunu sa mutasi ye food bridge man obeko ni aso ne makoguzo ni ye ton food bridge ni ye ton oko buru chira awu ngunu bi mutasi ye bi no tutu buru ni be yi eti hwe ye nya asesem ni yemfa sa asesena no emmo ye bra ni yemfa mo ye bra ni buru ni hia ye husunsun ya ewo ye ni buru ni ni si ye jaye de ni akofa buru ni dia ye be nya koto buru ni akosan no enye hwe kono mo defender bi sem ni obi ka ni di na mi afini efe le pa no wura enye kokufori o wusu ada go match bi omni asere boy no bo kotoko bi omni bi team bi na ga ne bo bi so bofoko o wusu ni staka bi okroma o so no se masa me ka cho se tubu na hana wa bande se do di free sunya ba won san kosa o defender and they gonna defend the green no balandi no pe be board this was some nani mansa Ghana defender so what ko ubalandia na usam no pe be board fire elieni takini gari ona na bo be ni e boy si em pass e ti defender ko empede no ho den
o se bone ba so
o head ball was no but tofu man no wasam nani pe board fire defender what go defender no nya den
o so na bo ne de emi
yam pass
0536 61607 05
you can quench omo
6178883 ubetia friend no aba sto aso
eti ye kan say ye we ball so mo je tumi say ye ball no ye bobo a omo go fa broni bia ba omo me ye nya ball no se bi banifo ni bitiase ye kese okwo sisi ye okwo kaze sisi ye ya yoku wo okwo mala mo wo ba so say no bitiase le group omo ye we ball aye ball
Okay.
Oma mi ambe bora, ni se be di broni achi dia, ye nto no da, e be se so achi sei.
Openly George Prempe or see well spoken Abbas. Watching you live from Arizona, USA. Ubetia Fre Noaba 053-6161-607 053-6161-607 053-617-8883 Ubetia Fre na osu waba eye dwumadie no eso Abbas the house assembly
the house assembly dey can say anopami kazem bi cho say aduane so hu se jaso na ehia na aduane no so ti wa nkotua ne ntam a aduane no wa half gra munya ni because ehia
Abbas me fa first caller hello yes sir opanyi no dini baby akasa finado asemato aso
Scott Takwa
okay you are choye tiu
all right until say the big guy said the Black Stars dream capacity for any kind. Black Stars is from that. Black Stars couldn't even do that. Mopa Jose Mourinho, Pep Guardiola, and Carlo Ancelotti. Just to mention that big say he enjoys the Black Stars Black Stars couldn't even do that. Kind of question that for.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Hello.
Good evening.
Open evening, yet you. Okay, but I am going.
The American say, "Number one, say that for super. Shut down, man, more again. Something $1,500 amount of you or a butcher reserve. Not gonna be here. Or not you be the corona. See your box. You have one price of loss of 90%. You go book uncle hotel bills, plane tickets. You have $100,000. Not gonna tell bread. You have money and free. That's what the issue. You have money and pop. Your bola, your body depending by that. The bola, keep a good say. You have one to say. I don't play so. They are from coach to the okay, Kunsunko. Then I've way a barman and say, very good. You're good way. They're gonna Premier League, Mutu Abakomo, but I didn't know I'm not gonna football. Yeah, dinner. The one up from coach in the no Varenko.
Okay, yes, yeah, that's it. Yamfa do you hello?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Aboja for mo boy Juma na fofo nchira mo fa na fofo nchira mo na
yes yeah that's ni tie
be ya jami ntima na photo ho na ja but shooting sports no
oh okay
na you can free Asante be fine
station here Promise FM 102.7
oh nice
and na unyana live on TV Promise TV
oh you need the hop okay why you ya mo ta ni fa ya
oyepa sister station ni nua kuma
yo oh ene ma ya de mo watch ni mu e da ho be pa na ni diane o man ni igua kata
enti free juada ekopim fiada yetena se no nan ekopim no nsia
yo ene mi wi ya be super good na e ja mi de gu e fi na ni atena tete aka ho pele
okay
yo midiano o ni igua kata fi Asante be fine
okay
anya no Black Stars se Jose Mourinho e be coach kura no a na se yakofa player tikire po ate ko ba no a the India for crowd of the more junior say do mo ba enti ne cap na enyema mi lu pe eno wo se ye mo adwuma etumi ye ho adwuma enkofo ebeba be kwa ya be ka kire me say eh abrante be na pe ni igua ebo afo no ne nkom se no say ye no any say one nia me can say 1982 wo mo ekoje Black Star cup of nation to date you say what you call ye dey ma o nko bo o mu tuya yes omuntu ya bosa edi ma me ndo mu kwantia na mu tua ma omo no wan no na mo disika e ma omo e so omo nkobo e tsika kesi na omo nkoje no mfa ni unyam na ebi hol mo afo ye titi e dan atoto to ka ni ne wanye ma mo enko ye de bia da ye to si di no e Ghana Black Stars ye jersey no mi pa so Ghana flag no fight mu ana fight ni
yento aso nyame ya black na mani ajo contribution no ho pa ochina mesa menya ka obeba ejumadi ne so biem yede mu nyina mu sia nyame eya adoma ochina efi no nan ekopem no nsia ye besa atena se biem ne yede highway sports on promise 102.7 ɛde abramo new